Rod's Riley Edwards.
There's a chance to win the series tonight here for the Bowling Green Hot Rods. The Bootleggers got the job done 6-4 on Thursday night, but here on Friday night in downtown Bowling Green, the Hot Rods take the field again with a 3-0 series lead. It has been a great week for Bowling Green fans. They are now 4.5 games up here in this second half in the South Division. And really, if they just keep taking care of business here against Greenville, all their problems are solved. Obviously, series sweeps are extremely tough, but if Bowling Green wants to secure that playoff spot and clinch here at home, it has to be a sweep this week. If not, they'll have to try to save their celebrating for Greensboro, depending on how the end of this week goes here in Bowling Green. We're halfway through the series. There's another half to go, and we know Greenville is not just going to roll over and play dead. This is a good team that has fought all week long, and Bowling Green has used a couple of big 6 innings, 5 runs on Tuesday, 5 runs last night to take their leads and some of those wins.
Yeah, it has been pretty much a perfect series for Bowling Green. And back on Tuesday to start off this series, pretty much in the pregame show and early on in that broadcast, we were talking about what would be a successful series for Bowling Green, and we said at least a series split. Well, they already have that, even if they play their worst baseball of the season, and Greenville's able to win all 3 games this weekend. It's still a successful series for the Hot Rods, but now you can really put them in the dirt and have a really good chance, whether it's we get to the Sunday and they have an opportunity to clinch a playoff spot, or we get early on in that series in Greensboro and have a chance to pop the champagne early.
Well, like you said, it's been perfect in terms of outcomes for Bowling Green so far. They're up 3-0 in this series, but they have not been perfect games, and I think that adds to the intensity of this series. Bowling Green has had their fair share of mistakes, but they've been able to pull out the first 3 wins. And we'll see what they do here on this Friday night. Jackson Baumeister kicks and deals. And it finds his zone on the inside corner to Zach Earhart at 6:37 p.m. Central Time at Bowling Green Ballpark. Well, Baumeister was fantastic his last time out in Hickory, the 0-1. Lands on the outside corner. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Now, he did not get credit for that win in Hickory because it actually took a comeback effort for Bowling Green. The 0-2 catches the bottom of the zone, and it's a backwards K already for Baumeister. 3 pitches, and he puts Earhart down on strikes, and there's 1 away with nobody on for Nelly Taylor. But Matthew, if you remember that game in Hickory, that was a game where he pitched extremely well. It was a close game, and then it took a Gianti Turner 2-run triple to take a 4-3 win.
Yeah, that was probably the best outing of his entire professional career. He had a ton of strikeouts, 6 innings of scoreless baseball.
First pitch misses inside to Taylor. It's 1 ball and no strikes. And you said it when we were there. Looking back, in a week or two, that might be one of those ones that you circle. That might be one of the wins of the season, as the 1-0 pitch misses outside to Taylor. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And really, with looking how that series went and just with how tough it was in Hickory being able to split that series, I think you are 100% right. Here's the 2-0. This is inside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Taylor.
Yeah, I just felt that way at the time because Greenville was not losing. They pretty much won every game against the Emperors. They took 5 out of 6. So for Bowling Green to get that win and it lead to a split.
3-0. And it is a green light for Taylor, who fouls it off behind home plate. It's 3-1.
It meant the world because they come away with that loss. You get to the end of the week, you're only going into the series a half a game up. Now, it really hasn't mattered because of the domination this week.
3-1 chopper to second base. Fielded in shallow right by Haas. To throw to first is in time to James. And Baumeister has gone consecutive for the first 2 outs here in this top of the first inning. Well, Nelly Taylor has not been an easy out by any means this week here at Bowling Green Ballpark, so another big step forward, and now you have to face the 3-hitter and catcher tonight, Ronald Rosario. Hitting .247 this season, 8 home runs, 63 RBIs. Baumeister kicks and delivers. This is lifted high in the air and fouled down the right field line. Oh, great catch down there on the right field berm. You see, he read that perfectly.
Yeah, right at the shoelaces, too, was a little bit of a snow cone.
That's not an easy read over there on the berm. Here comes a pitch. Hard hit, roller to shortstop. This is bobbled by Barrios. He picks it up. The throw to first is in time to James. He kept calm and composed and made a perfect throw to first. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Baumeister in the top of the first inning. We go to the home half when we return right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Rafael Valenzuela, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
The left-hander Dalton Rogers is getting warmed up on the mound and ready to go here on this Friday night. Bowling Green has seen him one time and one time only this season, and it was the first road trip of the year back on April 9th. Yes, that long ago is the last time that Dalton Rogers had a game against the Bowling Green Hot Rods. He ended up going 3 2/3, gave up 4 runs on 2 hits. The big issue in that game for him was the 5 walks, but he did strike out 6, and he's hoping to turn his tides around against his Bowling Green team. Rogers delivers the first pitch to Barrios. Lands on the inside corner at 92, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Overall this season, 2-6 with a 5.47 ERA over 19 appearances, 17 of those starts. The 0-1. Chopping ball, shortstop side, backhanded by the shortstop Ravello. His throw to first can't be picked out of the dirt by Gonzalez, and there is an error to lead off the game offensively for Bowling Green. So Barrios will reach on the E6. And there is a leadoff base runner on for Homer Bush Jr.
Well, this has been a house of horrors for Dalton Rogers because, as Bowling Green fans know, he was the starter during that infamous explosion game where Greenville, they kept losing the baseball in the night, and a lot of pop-ups and fly ball should have been caught.
Barrios takes off. Massive jump throw down to second is not nearly in time, and Gregory Barrios continues to add to that steal total. He's now in scoring position for Bowling Green as they're trying to get a hot start. And Homer Bush Jr. is in a no-ball, 1-strike count.
But overall in that outing, he let up 7 earned runs over 2 2/3 innings pitched with a couple of walks. So
the 0-1. That one misses outside to Bush, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I have to imagine anything will be a lot better than that this afternoon.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Rogers. This is chopped foul on the first base side, makes it 1-2 on Bush. You know, for Greenville fans who are watching on MILB TV, they're probably sick and tired of us bringing up that game from last season. But you and I still to this day have seen nothing like whatever happened in July of 2023. The 1-2 to Bush. He chases after a high fastball, and 94 from Dalton Rogers gets the first strikeout of the night for this Greenville pitching staff, and there's 1 away with the runner on second.
Now, I will say that Rogers has had a good outing here. Towards late July, he let up 2 runs over 5 2/3 with 5 strikeouts. So it's not like it's just been every time he touches the mound, everything goes wrong. But, you know, that one game that happened.
First pitch to Cooper Kinney misses below the zone, but Rosario able to keep it in front. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, one game that happened, it feels like it took up like 3 games, really.
It did, and it was it was top prospects that we saw that were just not able to read the ball. And sometimes different night skies can give you different troubles, and we have not seen anything like that since. As the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Kinney's able to hold back, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out. Runner at second for Bowling Green. Bottom of the first inning and no score between the Drive and the Hot Rods. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup right now between Rogers and Kinney. Rogers looks at second and delivers home. Kinney puts this on the ground first base side. Diving stop by Gonzalez. Throws from a knee to first, and they got him at the bag. Boy, Perry Roth not happy in that first base coaching box. I think he's trying to say that Cooper Kinney may have beat not the throw, but the step on the bag from Dalton Rogers. Regardless, it's the second out of the inning, and it puts a runner at third base now for Colton Ledbetter.
Well, Perry is usually out on the field. He's usually a very calm guy, and it's rare that you're going to see him not sprint to kind of tell the umpire what he wanted to say, but he was moving pretty quickly towards them.
2 outs, runner at third, Ledbetter at the plate. Another lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch. This is outside on an 86-mile-per-hour breaking ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Regardless of how that went down, heck of a play by Brian Gonzalez at first base. Full out dive, lost the cap, threw from a knee, got the out. The 1-0. Ledbetter waves and misses at 86 below the zone. It's 1-1.
And also by Dalton Rogers just to make the catch, know his surroundings, and place his back foot. It looked like he kind of had to do a 180 to really make that out.
The 1-1. Ledbetter takes it above the letters, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ledbetter this season hitting .272, 15 home runs, second amongst active Hot Rods hitters this season. Straight up stance in the left-handed batter's box. Here comes a pitch from Rogers. This is cranked in the air towards center field. Sprinting back is Nelly Taylor, and he's able to make the catch for out number 3. Hard hit ball by Ledbetter, but straight to the defense. And that'll keep us scoreless through 1 frame here at Bowling Green Ballpark tonight. Top of the second when we return right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is Cooper Kinney, and this is your home for Bowling Green Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Welcome back to Bowling Green Ballpark. A pretty uneventful first inning. Bowling Green got a base runner on, but stranded him at third. Reached on an error, stole second base, moved up on a ground ball. Ballmeister kept Greenville in check 1-2-3 in the top of the first, and we made it here to the top of the second with no score. Riley Edwards sitting right next to Matthew Hargrove. Here at the Hot Rods Baseball Network, Brian Gonzalez, Will Turner, and Miguel Uguedo, righty, lefty, righty, due up here against the right-hander, Jackson Ballmeister. His first offering. This is lasered foul down the right field line. And it snowballs at 1 strike. Well, Brian Gonzalez, he has hit his fair share of home runs against Bowling Green in his high A career. He's a guy that caused issues in some of those road series to Greenville last season. It was not a favorable place for Bowling Green. Here's the 0-1. On the outside corner, makes it 0-2. Gonzalez disagrees. But it is no balls and 2 strikes. Now, Bowling Green got 2 home series against the Greenville Drive last season, but the one series that ended up at Fluor Fields in Greenville, South Carolina, was a rough one for Bowling Green fans. The 0-2 waved on and missed. 94 on the fastball, and Jackson Baumeister has his second Atmos Energy bringing the gas strikeout. Well, Matthew, I know you weren't on the road for that series, but if you remember anything from it, it was a 1-5 road trip for Bowling Green to Fluor Fields. And there was just nothing that Bowling Green could get going. Greenville just absolutely handled the Hot Rods. So first pitch to Will Turner lands on the inside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. They were able to win the Wednesday night game of that series. It was a game that Keyshawn Askew started. It's the 0-1 pitch is chopped down the first baseline and rolls foul. They were really held in check offensively until the 8th inning, where Jeffrey Parra hit a 3-run homer over Greenville's version of the monster in left field. They got the win that night, but that would be it in terms of winning for that series. The 0-2, wave and a miss. It's picked up in the dirt by Levens. He applies a tag, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Baumeister.
Well, pretty similar to what we saw in Hickory. He's got some really good stuff tonight as far as his breaking ball, but, the strikeouts were really impressive and something that Baumeister, as far as his rhythm, he's always going to work quick.
First pitch to Aguado is driven to right field. It drops in front of Myers, and there's the first hit of the night for either team. So Aguado is a 2-out base runner, and it brings up the switch-hitting shortstop Luis Ravello.
I remember in that game last week against Hickory, I believe it was DJ McCarty who went up against him, but those two, they were getting the baseball, and
they had pace,
and they were throwing it. But when you see Baumeister working quickly like that, you know that he's in a good rhythm.
Here comes the first pitch. This is popped up infield. Barrios underneath it on the infield grass. He makes the catch for out number 3. Another pretty easy inning for Jackson Baumeister. So he keeps it scoreless. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on in this inning for Greenville. We take a break and we head to the bottom of the second when we return here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Couchins Insurance Group in Bowling Green if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
This is Hunter Haas, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Dalton Rogers back to the mound after he stranded a runner at third base in the bottom of the first inning. We are still scoreless here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Riley Edwards and Matthew Hargrove enjoying our nights here with some baseball. Bowling Green has their sights set on a series win here tonight, but Greenville still has plenty of time to turn this series around, even though they're down 3-0. It'll be Mac Horvath, Noah Myers, and Tatum Levens, the 3 that are due up in this inning. As Horvath steps in, back foot on the very edge of the right-handed batter's box as Rogers starts his motion and fires home. Wave and a miss. Went upstairs with 93, and Horvath starts behind, no balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Slow bender misses just outside to Horvath. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Matthew, last inning we were talking about that lone road series of 2023 to Greenville. And frankly, in shorter terms, it was a tough one. The 1-1. Misses outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. It was a 1-5 road trip to Fluor Field in Greenville, South Carolina for Bowling Green. But I really think that added a bit more emphasis to how the beginning of this season started for this Hot Rod squad. See, 2-1 pitch misses outside, according to home plate umpire Evan Anderson, and it's 3-1. Well, this year, obviously a 3-game series to start up at home for Bowling Green against Hudson Valley, which they did end up losing. Here comes the 3-1 from Rogers. This is a laser to left field, and it takes a hop in front of Will Turner in left. It's a leadoff single for Matt Horvath, who just continues to stroke here in this homestand. But Bowling Green won opening night this year, then lost the next 2 to Hudson Valley. Then they had the road trip, their first of the season, to Greenville. And it really felt like that kind of gave some confidence on the road to not just the fans here, but also some of the guys around this team that had been on those road trips last year with Bowling Green. There's a bunt attempt for Myers, goes right back to Rogers. He looks at second, throws to first. Myers is out, but the sac bunt puts Horvath at second base. So 1 out and a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, just because in 2023, that was the biggest issue for Bowling Green. So it probably meant a lot more for the fans, and especially for the manager, Rafi Valenzuela. You can take a deep breath knowing that you get that first series on the road and you win it, because last year it just seemed like every single road trip was a losing series for Hot Rods, especially down the stretch.
Here's the first pitch. Tatum Levens takes it on the inside corner. And, last year, there was a lot of confidence in certain spots, but they went 44-19 here at Bowling Green Ballpark, which I think in turn also added a little bit more pressure to their home games. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside to Levens. It's 1-1. Yes, they went 44-19. More often than not, they accomplished their mission of getting wins here at home, but down the stretch, that's tough. They were on average winning about 4 or 5 games a series, which is more than this team has done here at home this year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses above the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So I think to just kind of get that off your back, heading into the season, heading to a place where you could only win 1 out of 6 games last season, with half new guys, half guys from last season, I think it was just kind of a good omen heading into 2024. Here's a 2-1. Catches the outside corner to Levens, makes it 2-2.
Oh, 100%. And you talk about the pressure. Yeah, because say Bowling Green goes into a road trip, they lose 5 out of 6, you come home. If you split the series at home, then you're thinking you go back on the road, and it's like, oh, we got to figure it out now on the road, and it did put a lot of pressure.
2-2 offering. Levens watches it below the zone. It's a full count to Tatum. 1 out, runner on second, scoreless in the bottom of the second here at Bowling Green Ballpark.
Which I guess, when you think about it, is really impressive. With all that pressure, they still continue to play really well here.
This year, it's been more of an even split. Yes, a handful more wins here at home as a 3-2 is a slow grounder to third. Picked up and tossed to first. It's in time on the throw from Juan Montero. There's a second out, and it keeps Mac Horvath at second base. But it has certainly made those road trips this season a bit more fun than they were last year. And you had the chance to go on the 2-week road trip last year, which was right after the All-Star break. 3 in Hudson Valley, which Bowling Green did end up winning that series 2-3. But then a 1-5 trip over to the Aberdeen Ironbirds for the second half of that road trip. Here comes a pitch, and instead a back pivot to second base. No throw to second, and there's the first disengagement for Rogers. 44-19 last season at home, and currently 39-22 for Bowling Green as James takes a pitch on the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. So still not a bad home record by any means. 39-22 with just 3 more home games left in the regular season on your schedule. Here comes the pitch. Misses outside to James, and it's 2-1. Here comes the offering. James takes it at the bottom of the zone. 2 strikes on him now. But when you look at Bowling Green last season, 44-19 at home, 25-38 on the road. This season, 39-22 here and 33-26 elsewhere for the Hot Rods. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Rogers. James foul tips it into the mid of Rosario. That'll strand another runner in scoring position, and we stay scoreless through 2 frames here tonight. 3rd inning coming up when we come back here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing's stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is JJ Goss, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
It's the top of the 3rd inning here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove with you in this scoreless matchup between the Hot Rods and the Drive on this Friday night. It has turned into a beautiful night for baseball. Clouds scattered across the sky beyond the outfield, but it is perfect in the stadium. It's been warm this week, but perfect baseball weather at this point in the season. Ballmeister sets up, and here's Abram Liendo. Here comes the first pitch. This is pops up and gets out of play behind home plate. Snowballs in 1 strike. This pitch is lined to right field, but Noah Myers barely has to move. Then he hauls it in for out number 1. That'll bring up the 9-hitter and 3rd baseman tonight, Juan Montero. 1 away, bases empty, scoreless game. First pitch, fouled off by Montero to the backstop. It's no balls and 1 strike. Do have a Hutchins Insurance Group scoreboard update to get to in this inning. Do you like doing the South Atlantic League, Matthew?
You can do it.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll take Major League.
Next pitch misses below the zone. It's 1-1. So let's start with, as we do always, the Tampa Bay Rays, who are at home welcoming in the Padres for a series. And right now, San Diego's got the edge, 8-4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. San Diego scored 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and added 1 more in the 3rd. Manny Machado with a 3-run homer. Donovan Solano with an RBI walk. Yandy Diaz helped out with a 2-run homer, his 12th of the season, but it is already an 8-4 San Diego lead in St. Pete as the 1-2 is on the ground towards shortstop. Picked up by Barrios, a step in to throw to first. In time to James for out number 2, which means I better get a move on. I just realized you told me to do the South Atlantic League, but guess I'm not listening. 4-0. Red Sox are beating the Tigers in Detroit right now, bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Brewers over the Reds after 5 innings in Cincinnati. While the Braves have a 4-1 lead over the Phillies in Philadelphia. Some NL East action going on. First pitch to Zach Earhart hits the low and away corner. It's 0-1. 7-3 Cubs and Nationals. It's a Cubs lead in the top of the 5th inning. Cody Bellinger with a 2-run homer. Here's the 0-1. Foul tipped and handled by Levens. It's 0-2. 4-2, Yankees lead the Cardinals in the Bronx. Bottom of the 3rd inning. It's the bottom of the 4th. It's a 2-0 lead for the Guardians over the Pirates in Cleveland. All the Athletics and Rangers are just about ready to start. Same for the Royals and Astros, Blue Jays and Twins, Mets and White Sox. And then some of the games going on later tonight as the 0-2 is lifted in the air, fouled on the left field line. It stays 0-2. Orioles and Rockies are 7:40 p.m. Central Time first pitch in Colorado. Mariners and Angels start at 8:38 Central Time in California. Marlins and Giants, 9:15 Central Time in the Bay. And that Reds and Brewers series today is a doubleheader as the 0-2 pitch bounces to the backstop. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The first game went 10 innings. Yes, you needed more for your doubleheader, but a 5-4 Brewers win over the Reds in Cincinnati. Oh, I did forget to mention Dodgers and Diamondbacks, a good NL West matchup going on at 8:40 Central Time in Arizona. Clayton Kershaw versus Zach Gallen. As Earhart waves and misses at a 77-mile-per-hour pitch left up high. And Jackson Ballmeister goes 1-2-3 in the 3rd. We take a break and we come back in the home half of the 3rd. See if the Hot Rods can take the lead first right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Colton Ledbetter, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
It is a scoreless game in the home half of the 3rd inning here at Bowling Green Ballpark. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove pushing the buttons, making it sound good.
Yeah, I would say me and the roadcaster do a pretty nice job of that.
It's a nice piece of equipment we've got up here.
That really is. Very colorful. You know, what was funny was when we were first setting it up, it came with sound effects, and we got a kick out of that.
For a week, there was voice effects that you could put on there. Everyone wanted us to keep it for the broadcast, but we couldn't. First pitch. Catches a low and inside corner to Hunter Haas, and it's no balls and 1 strike. I mean, we probably sat around for an hour one day talking like we were a robot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Wave and a miss. A very slow-moving off-speed at 74 from Rogers gets him ahead 0-2. It also didn't help that they put a laugh track on there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So we really just sat up here and made dumb jokes to each other for about a week. So the 0-2 misses low, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Haas. It sounded like we were on a sitcom pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, for a week we could have had a pretty nice show. I don't know what it would be called, but yeah, the laugh track made us feel like we were something.
The 1-2 is lifted in the air down the right field line, bending into foul territory. And the right fielder, Earhart, not able to get to it. Stays 1-2 on Haas. What I believe tonight is 2010's night, correct?
Yeah, it is. Fidget spinners, I believe, was
fidget spinners.
a giveaway
today. I can't remember what they're called. They have the long white cords, and they light up different colors. You know what I'm talking about?
Not sure.
Okay. Here's the 1-2. Chopping ball to third base, picked up by Montero. Strong throw to first is chest high for Gonzalez for out number 1. I don't think I can explain it more than that. I'll see if I can find a name for it.
Trying to think of what would be some other notable 2010 stuff, which I feel like I would know. I mean, we went to high school in the 2010s, so I feel like we would be the best people to answer that question.
First pitch misses below the zone to Barrios. Yeah, if I search just what I'm saying, it's just going to bring up LED lights. That is not what I'm looking for.
Would not classify that as 2010s.
You want a phone charger that lights up different colors?
That is 2010s.
Yeah, $11 on Amazon. Here's a 1-0. Catches the top of the zone to Barrios, and it's 1-1. I cannot remember what they're called. My brother used to love them when we were younger, though. It's not necessarily one of those strobe lights, but yeah. The 1-1, hard hit bouncer off the back of the mound, short hop snag by Liendo at second base, and a good throw to first. That is a perfect play defensively by Liendo on a very unfortunate hop, but he makes a throw to first, and there's 2 outs and nobody on for Dalton Rogers.
It wouldn't happen to be a disco ball, would it?
No, it's not a disco ball. It's literally, it's got like a battery pack at the bottom. You turn it on, and the strings or the cords, they light up different colors. You didn't see him in the office today? Wave and a miss by Homer Bush Jr. makes it 0-1.
Yeah, I just saw the mini fidget spinners.
Well, I went around for about an hour. Someone clipped one to the back of my hat, and I had no clue.
How did I miss that?
The 0-1. This is low and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There we go. They're called fiber optic. So the next pitch misses to Homer Bush Jr. It's 2-1. You've never seen any of these before?
No.
Wow. Tennessee not with the times when you were younger?
I guess not. Yeah. We got fidget spinners, but I guess they were a little late.
Yeah, they're called fiber optic light up. These ones are wands. That's what we gave out today. So pitch misses high. 3-1. Actually, I don't think they were a giveaway item. I think they've just been placed around the ballpark. They're very, very popular. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Homer Bush Jr. Misses above the zone. It's a 5-pitch walk, and Bowling Green has a 2-out base runner for Cooper Kinney. They were the perfect small reward at a Chuck E. Cheese or an arcade or something. Give a few tickets, get one of these, look at the lights for a few minutes, and then you forget about it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, as I've gotten older, I now feel bad for my parents when I think about times.
Pickoff attempt towards first, and Bush is in standing up.
When I think about times when I was a lot younger and I would tell them, no, I'm going to play with it for a while, and they would always tell me, no, you're not. And then they would still end up getting it for me, and now thinking about it, yeah, I'd play for it for a week.
The first pitch to Cooper Kinney misses below the zone. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Good stop by Rosario to keep Bush at first. Yeah, well, they were that age once too. They know how it goes. Was there any, Chuck E. Cheese, Dave and Buster's, whatever, like an arcade you went to where there was a prize that you really wanted, that you were trying to save up your tickets for?
Not specifically. I know Army Men.
Bush takes off. Pitch misses outside. Throw down to second. Bounces off of Bush's leg and rolls towards the second base area. And Homer Bush is in with another steal this season. So for the 3rd consecutive inning tonight, Bowling Green has a base runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Cooper Kinney's in a 2-ball, no-strike count. And it's a scoreless game in the bottom of the 3rd. Nothing?
Yeah, I feel like the little toy Army Men from Toy Story, like if they had those, they were just mini prizes.
Like the bag of them, or did you just want the mini one? Just the singulars. Kinney flies one to left field. Moving back and left is Turner. And he makes the catch for out number 3.
Pretty much the bag.
Okay. Mine was a pretty cool light up Nerf basketball hoop. That was the one
awesome.
That was the one I always wanted. But that'll end the 3rd inning. We're scoreless through 3 frames, and we go to the 4th when we return here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to Bowling Green Ballpark. We've made it through our arcade talk. We've made it through the first 3 innings, and we're still trying to find that first run for either team. Scoreless between the Drive and the Hot Rods here in the top of the 4th, and for the next few innings of play-by-play, here's Matthew Hargrove.
Thank you, Riley, and this has been a perfect game in this series where you can feel that the Greenville Drive, they desperately need a win, and then Bowling Green, they feel that playoff push and that playoff spot ever so closer, and this has just been a phenomenal pitching matchup. Nelly Taylor is leading off. He digs into the left side, and the first offering from Ballmeister is off the end of the bat. Slow roller to the shortstop, Barrios. He picks it up off balance throw, and they got him. Unbelievable play once again by the 20-year-old shortstop. He makes it. It's like water moving out there at shortstop, and he made it look easy, and there's the first out of the top of the 4th.
Just a very fluent motion, and Nelly Taylor is not a slow base runner by any means. We've seen his speed on the bases this week. You check SoxProspects.com, that's one of their biggest upsides for him is his fielding ability and his speed. But that is just a great play by Barrios. We've seen him be able to range left, right, and be able to throw off platform to complete those outs.
He's really grown in his confidence, too. The more games that he's played with Bowling Green is now Ronald Rosario pops it up foul ground near the first base dugout. Cameron James near the railing, but it's just out of reach of his glove. It's a foul ball, and it's 0-1 to Rosario.
That's a tougher play than it looks for a first baseman. You're trying to run over there. You don't have much help on that side of the field. You get close to the railing, and got to look out for it. Don't want to run into it. Just lost the ball.
Especially for somebody who's new to that position. Rosario, another opportunity for the shortstop Barrios. Fields it on the run, throws on the run. And a couple of nice plays by the shortstop. 2 up and 2 down for Ballmeister.
Well, he's just been so efficient. And you can really say that for both pitchers here tonight. Dalton Rogers has done the same exact thing on the other side, just with a few extra base runners on, but he's worked through it easily. These two pitchers are filling up the strike zone. There's not a lot going on outside of it. They're letting their defense work behind them.
There's definitely been a lot of weak contacts, kind of like you mentioned, as now Brian Gonzalez has an open stance for the right-handed batter's box. Fastball that misses up, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Still nothing between the Drive and the Hot Rods here in the top of the 4th inning. A navy blue, orange, and pink sunset that's going behind the left field wall. As the 1-0 is a high pop-up right behind home plate, drifting towards the first base dugout. The catcher, Levens, runs out of room. So another close foul ball that the Bowling Green defense was almost able to make down the first base line, but instead it's a foul ball, and it's now 1-1 to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been really good during the month of August. He's batting .344, and that includes during this, not recently, but during the middle of the month, he put together a 9-game hitting streak. Up to a .260 batting average, 18 home runs, and 43 RBIs. He climbs back into the right side, pitch out of the windup from Ballmeister, and he pulled a fastball a little too much, missed low and away. At 95 miles per hour, it's 2 balls and a strike. We've already mentioned how Gonzalez was one of the staples in the middle of the lineup in that championship run last year for Greenville. 2-1 on the way as a tapper foul right behind home plate, and it trickles towards the Hot Rods on deck, circle down the third base side. And now Jackson Ballmeister, another opportunity with just one more pitch. to have a very clean inning.
Yeah, but, you talk about him being an important piece of that Greenville team last year. He's just one of those guys that on any random pitch could really make you pay.
2-2, called strike 3. Low and outside corner. Jackson Baumeister is in the zone. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Still 0-0 between Greenville and Bowling Green. We'll be right back. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Alex Cook. Let's get you back to the action on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
A great opportunity for the Hot Rods to get on the board in a scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning between the Greenville Drive and the Bowling Green Hot Rods. Almost a full night sky as we begin the weekend. Just a lovely Friday, and a packed house as this is officially the last homestand of the 2024 season. Matthew Hargrove here, joined alongside the voice of the Hot Rods, Riley Edwards, and due up offensively for Bowling Green is the meat of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6. They're going back up against the left-hander Dalton Rogers, who has been superb so far tonight. Ledbetter digs into the left side, lefty-on-lefty action, and here's the heave from Rogers. Ledbetter takes a changeup that misses high and away at 84 miles per hour. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. So obviously you have Ledbetter up, and then after him waiting in the on-deck circle down the third base side is Matt Horvath, and after him is Noah Myers. 1-0 pitch, down in the dirt. Great beginning to this at-bat for Ledbetter, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. You know, Riley, there was something that came across my timeline today, and I thought it was really interesting, and it's another movie kind of trivia question for you. Not really trivia, but just a question.
Okay.
Pitch out of the windup. There's a strike. It smothered the top line of the K zone at 85 miles per hour. It's 2-1. But so it said AI-powered entertainment platform, whatever that means. They I guess this system or AI system came up with each state the top baseball movie in that state. Rogers pulls the trigger and misses well above the strike zone. It's now 3 balls and a strike for Colton Ledbetter. But I had to see which or what it said for each state being their favorite movie. Well, Kentucky had said it was A League of Their Own.
Okay.
So congratulations. Yeah, that is a good one. 3-1 popped up out of play just over the Hot Rods dugout on the third base side. It's now a full count, but had to look up what your Michiganders had for the favorite movie. It said Sandlot, which, yeah.
I grew up watching The Sandlot a ton.
But most of the movies were A League of Their Own, Sandlot, Major League, Moneyball. Payoff on the way, a slapped foul, pretty much in the same spot.
No Kevin Costner movies on there at all?
No,
Field of Dreams or Bull Durham?
I did not see a lot of Bull Durham or Field of Dreams, which is probably, it should go down as a sin, really.
Wow.
Tennessee had a really interesting one. Angels in the outfield.
Okay.
Yeah. Another 3-2 is a high pop-up. Foul ground down the left field line, but it gets into the 4th row of seats.
People forget how many great actors were in Angels in the Outfield. I can't list them all right now, but I know Christopher Lloyd was in there, Danny Glover. Matthew McConaughey was one of the outfielders in that movie.
See, I didn't even know that because I probably haven't seen that movie in 15 years.
Do you know who the kid is?
Another 3-2 is a line drive sinking. That gets down into center field. Taylor picks it up, throws it back into the infield to keep Ledbetter at first, and a great start to this bottom of the 4th. Leadoff single for Colton Ledbetter.
You know who the kid is? Like the main character? It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Robin?
Yes.
From The Dark Knight Rises?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is tremendous.
It's gonna shock you. That is not my favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie.
Nothing between the drive and the hot rods in the bottom of the fourth. There goes Ledbetter. Pitches away. Throw down to second is late. It's off the glove of the shortstop Ravello, but Leyendo was right behind him on the backup to keep Ledbetter at second. Another steal for Colton Ledbetter. So now a runner in scoring position and still nobody out. Matt Horvath is the next batter for the Hot Rods. He's batting from the right side, lifts a natural grain bat over his right shoulder. Here's the 1-0 from Rogers, and Horvath has to bounce just out of the right-handed box to avoid a fastball at 93 on the radar gun. 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Horvath has been one of the hottest hitters over the last week in the Hot Rods lineup. 3 home runs over the last week. That includes yesterday. 1-1 instead. It's a pickoff move by Rogers, just looking back Ledbetter to the second base bag. Time is called. Rogers actually called time and motioned for the catcher Rosario to walk out to the mound and have a conversation with them. The third baseman Montero, he actually moves as well towards the top of the mound to have the chit-chat with them. It's actually 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch that Ledbetter stole on was actually called a strike by the home plate umpire Evan Anderson. So it's 1-1 to Horvath. But it's been really fun to see what Matt Horvath has been able to do. Finally turning things around after a very quiet beginning to his Hot Rods career. Rogers returns to the first base side of the rubber. Here's the kick of the pitch. A fastball that just misses the bottom line of the strike zone. And it's 2-1.
I've been preoccupied. We have an intruder, but it's a praying mantis.
Yeah, that
and
thing
it is almost up to the ceiling now.
There goes Ledbetter once again. Hard on the ground into left field. Ledbetter rounding third. He'll score. Horvath stops at first as Turner throws it back into the infield. That was maybe the most perfect hit and run that you will see for the entire season. And because of it, Hot Rods are up 1-0.
It certainly was almost too perfect that it almost hit Ledbetter going between second and third. And he just came sprinting around the third base bag, and that gives Bowling Green another early lead.
Well, the inning continues for Noah Myers. He has an open stance from the left side. First pitch by Rogers is a fastball that smothers the bottom line of the strike zone. It's 0-1. So a 1-0 lead for Bowling Green. In the bottom of the fourth inning, they have an opportunity to move 5.5 games up on the drive for that first place spot. Long set of the belt. Now Rogers goes to the plate and misses up and in. The catcher Rosario had to quickly get up and out of his crouch to snag that one from going to the backstop. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike, and the praying mantis has moved closer to Riley, so now he's closer to me. This is a lot of fun. Another long set. Here's the throw. There goes the runner. It misses high. Throw down to second, and able to slide around the tag is Matt Horvath. The second stolen base in this inning for Bowling Green.
I mainly just, it's pretty much on the ceiling right now. I just don't want it to fall on me. But I do think it's doing us some good. I'm pretty sure it just took down some spider webs.
I don't think that thing is going to fall on you. It's pretty much Spider-Man up there. Myers lifts this one to shallow left field. Coming on, but not able to get there as it lands foul, is the left fielder Turner. Makes it a ball and 2 strikes for Myers.
Well, this is still a very important situation here for Bowling Green, because this is how rallies start. You have the hit and run from Matt Horvath that helps score Ledbetter, but then Horvath steals second. You already have another person in scoring position. You can just keep trading places. This is how we've seen Bowling Green kind of gain some momentum here in this series.
Rogers looks back at second. Here's the heave. Line drive. He laced it down the left field line. It lands fair and rolls in the corner. Horvath scores from second. Myers racing around first. He'll move up into second base as the throw comes back into the infield. Well, there you go, Riley. Everybody is literally just switching spots, and that RBI double increases the lead. 2-0 Hot Rods over the drive.
Trading places. And, sometimes, depending on how the rhythm of the game is going, that can almost benefit you more than clearing the bases with a home run. You keep someone on, you keep that intensity on the starting pitcher in this situation. You have him continuously work from the stretch, which he really hasn't had to do for the most part here in this game. But just continue to make him uncomfortable and keep up that pace.
Here's another lefty hitter, Tatum Levens. Tall stance from the left side. Pitch by Rogers is a fastball nowhere close to the strike zone at 84 miles per hour. So 1 ball and no strikes, and immediately after that pitch from Rogers, the pitching coach, Bob Kipper, for the Greenville Drive, walks up and out of the dugout to have a meeting on the mound.
Probably just a good situation to try to calm things down, because we saw runners get into scoring position against Rogers in the earlier innings, but he was able to get out of it with some weak contact, not let guys advance too far, and strain them on base. In this inning, they've just been able to string together some hits, and it's just continued to drive in runs for Bowling Green. And if they're going to continue to try to trade places, not a bad job to just go out there and brief the situation.
You never did tell me what your favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie was.
Oh, wow. You remembered that, huh? You know me too well.
Well, I don't think you... I wouldn't say the Dark Knight Rises is my favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie because he's not the main character, but...
Well, I was texting with Michael Wax, who's running our social media a few booths over. He had a good one, Inception.
Oh, yeah. Meeting on the mound's over with. Rogers made a pickoff move back to second, but nobody's covering the base, just keeping a close eye on Noah Myers. Tatum Levens is back in the batter's box. It's still 1 ball and no strikes as the infield is playing straight up on the left-hander. 1-0 all the way, and a massive cut by Levens, but it comes up empty. It's 1-1.
Mine, though, is Looper. Came out early 2010s. I think it's a great movie. I can't really explain it without spoiling, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bruce Willis, good cast.
1-1, high and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, Inception...
That was a good one, too.
Phenomenal,
yeah.
and he plays a massive role in that movie. Good job, Michael, for, I guess, once this season. Rogers looks back at second again, lifts up his front leg and goes to the plate, but it's high and in. Almost got a piece of the front elbow of Tatum Levens, but he was able to spin just away from the baseball. 3 balls and a strike.
They have really been trying to get the top portion of this zone here to Levens, and for the most part, he's done a good job laying off.
3-1. There goes Myers. Pitch is down. It's ball 4, and Noah Myers swipes third. Actually, I beg your pardon. It was called a strike. I didn't, see the call from the home plate umpire, Evan Anderson, but at the very least, now Bowling Green has another runner 90 feet away from scoring. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch with the infield in. Is slapped just over the Hot Rods dugout down the third base side out of play. So the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think Levens on that call looked just about as confused as you did.
Rogers with a new baseball. He fires. Strike 3 at the bottom of the strike zone. Levens thought it was ball 4. He tossed his bat towards the third base dugout and now slowly has to go pick it up as he says a couple of words to Cameron James, possibly telling him about the spin that Rogers has or maybe where he's locating with the fastball. But here's now James as he steps into the right-handed batter's box.
I bet you have no clue that praying mantis is just to your right.
Oh, my gosh. James takes one in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. He's hanging out with the owl.
Oh, boy.
The staff's so nicely here at Bowling Green Ballpark. The owl that we thought was fake, they put it in our booth, so now I'm scarred for life.
No, we didn't think it was fake. We thought it was real.
Or, sorry, thought it was a real owl. 1-0, and James is out in front of a breaking pitch at 86. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Our owner, Jack Blackstock, is in town for the first time since that happened, so it's all been brought up again here this homestand.
Yeah. I'm sure he felt really good when we were talking about that. 1-1. James takes one on the outer half, but it's called a strike. 86-mile-per-hour slider from Rogers. And, if Rogers can get out of this jam just letting up 2 runs, he's still got a ways to go, but can see that as a success in keeping the drive in this game. Infield still playing in with 1 out. The pitch just missed, low and inside corner, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 Bowling Green over Greenville here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, that backwards K to Tatum Levens was a big step forward in this inning for Rogers, and now he's got himself in a position where he can kind of try to do the same thing and keep Myers at third base. Exactly what you said, just trying to limit the damage.
Next pitch on the way. James lines it, but right into the chest of the second baseman, Liendo. Myers has to sprint back to third, and there is another massive out for Rogers.
And if you're not going to get the strikeout there, that's how you want it. The line drive, those runners are going to freeze and wait to see what happens to it. Myers didn't get a ton off that third base bag, and I think Rogers is got to be a little bit more confident right now with this situation.
That brings up Hunter Haas batting from the right side. Takes a fastball that was pulled a little too much by Rogers inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So now the praying mantis has made the owl his Lion King little stand, I guess you want to say, or what?
Are you
what
trying to think
Rock?
of Pride Rock?
Pride
Yeah.
Rock, the iconic. 1-0 is up and out. 2 balls and no strikes.
Sitting right on top of his head, just staring at us.
Maybe he thinks that's a real owl, and he's trying to make a friend.
Maybe he loves minor league baseball.
Well, he's just staring at us.
Oh, now he's looking towards the field.
Yeah, now wants to know what Hunter Haas is going to do on this 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Laced foul into the backstop netting. It's 2-1.
I think Matthew and I have both taken pictures, so there's proof. This one is real.
We apologize for anybody watching on MILB TV because I understand if you don't believe us, there's not a camera that we can show this praying mantis or anything. 2-1 pitch, and Hunter Haas was just above on the swing of an 85-mile-per-hour breaking ball. So from 2-0, it's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haas has been swinging a really good bat towards the end of August. He has at least a hit in 6 of his last 9 games. Next offering from Rogers is a high pop-up, but this one gets just over the first base dugout and out of play. Still a 2-0 advantage for the Hot Rods over the Drive here in the bottom of the 4th inning. RBI single from Matt Horvath, and then an RBI double from Noah Myers, who takes a nice lead at third base. Another 2-2 pitch from Rogers. Haas takes it high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. It just seems like the breaking stuff for Dalton Rogers, specifically in this inning, he just hasn't had real tight command of it, especially with that changeup, which is his bread and butter because he's not going to blow it by guys. Now the payoff. Upstairs, ball 4. A pro's pro at bat from Hunter Haas. He's the 9-hole hitter, and now there's runners on the corners. The top of the lineup comes back up for Gregory Barrios.
And we know that Barrios is ready to use all fields here, but I don't think he's going to get to do it against Dalton Rogers. It's going to be against that Greenville bullpen.
Yeah, that is it. And Rogers, another outing here at Bowling Green Ballpark where it started good, but towards the middle innings just kind of got away from him. So Iggy Suarez, the manager for the Drive, takes the ball from the left-hander, and a new pitcher coming in for Greenville when we return. Just a reminder, this opposing pitching change is brought to you by Scott Waste Services. Do you need to take out your trash? Call Scott Waste Services for all your commercial and residential waste service needs. Scott Waste Services, keeping Bowling Green clean. The Hot Rods and a praying mantis. We'll be right back. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
This is Colton Ledbetter, and you're listening to the future stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Welcome back to Bowling Green Ballpark. A 2-0 lead for the Hot Rods over the Greenville Drive. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for Greenville coming in for the left-hander, Dalton Rogers. It's the right-hander standing at 6'2", 180 pounds, 22 years old, number 35, Adam Smith. And he comes into a really a big pressure situation with runners on the corners. And Gregory Barrios is up. He tried a pickoff move to first. He sailed the throw. It's down the right field line. Myers scores from third. Hunter Haas has to stop at second base as the first baseman Gonzalez was able to track it down just in time before Haas thought about going to third. But that is just a nightmare situation for Greenville. It goes down as an E1. And just a nightmare. You come in, have a chance to keep it a 2-run game, and you don't even throw a pitch, and there comes a run for Bowling Green.
Well, and we were talking about it last week in Hickory. They were big on throwing over to first base when there was also a runner at third.
Here's now the first offering to Gregory Barrios. He pops it up right behind home plate. Back goes the catcher Rosario, but he runs out of room, so it's strike one.
And, you know, it's one of those things where, yeah, situationally there's probably something you're trying to get out of those pickoff attempts to first base. But with 2 outs in the inning and the top of the lineup at the plates, you know, you wonder about that pickoff attempt to first with a guy just 90 feet away from scoring. And, you know, that's the cost of a mistake on that play.
Next pitch from Smith is down in the dirt, but nice stop by Rosario on the backhand. It evens the at-bat at a ball and a strike.
But if you're Bowling Green, you'll take it. You know, first and third, the pickoff attempt gets away, you score. But it also puts another runner on second, which is really where a lot of this action has come. Home and second. That's been the movement this inning.
Now the 1-1. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Next delivery from Smith, a check swing, appeal to the field umpire. He says safe right behind the mound. So that makes it 2-2 now for Barrios.
It's a very smooth, safe call by Shin Koshizawa on the field. Very aesthetically pleasing.
Very fundamental, I guess you could say. Next offering, there's a strike at the bottom of the zone. So runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Barrios. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2. He reached on an error back in the first inning, did steal a base, but unable to score, and then grounded out to second on a hard ground ball in the third. Time is called. Barrios wants it. He takes a practice cut just outside of the right-handed batter's box, readjusts his white Evo shield protecting his left elbow, wears all white cleats, orange rest tape on his left wrist to go with his navy blue Hot Rods uniform. Smith comes set of the belt. He throws. Swing and a miss. Barrios was really late on that breaking ball. He seemed really confused. A nasty strikeout for Adam Smith, and that finally puts it into the 4th inning. Hot Rods get 3. We head to the top of the 5th. Bowling Green up 3-0 on Greenville when we return. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Jackson Baumeister returns to the rubber for the Bowling Green Hot Rods to begin the top of the 5th inning, and now a 3-0 lead for your Hot Rods over the Greenville Drive. All 3 runs coming in that bottom of the fourth inning. Thanks for joining us. A gorgeous Friday evening as we're getting closer to September. A lot of college football going on. Western Kentucky just down the road. They have a really tough matchup with Alabama tomorrow, but it's getting that time. Fall is just around the corner. Playoffs are around the corner, and that's what these two teams are playing for right now. Will Turner's leading off. He skies this one down the right field line, shallow right field. Going back is the first baseman, Cameron James. He's caught off by the second baseman, Hunter Haas, who watches it into the glove for an easy one pitch and one out.
Yeah, James was back there ready to make that catch, but that is good communication between him and Hunter Haas at second. The way Haas was coming in, just an easier route to get underneath that baseball and ready to make the catch, and that's why you talk out there in the field. James laid off, and Haas able to complete the out.
There's now Miguel Uguedo. Stands tall from the right side. Holds a natural grain bat above his navy blue helmet and watches a slider just miss the strike zone. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Bowling Green up 3-0 on Greenville here in the top of the fifth inning. Baumeister continues to be a quick customer out there on the rubber. Pummels a fastball right at the knees for strike one. So apparently there are some fans here that are watching the broadcast that it is 2010's night, the 1-1. Uguedo skies it foul down the right field line. It's 1-2. It's 2010's night, and they're wondering what our favorite trend of the 2010s were. I have my answer. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
It's tough because I feel like I don't have a lot of favorites. I just remember the trends, you know?
Kicking the pitch. Swing and a miss. Baumeister went high with the fastball, and he gets the strikeout. 95 on the radar gun. That's an Atmos Synergy bringing the gas strikeout. And now there's the second out quickly here in the top of the fifth and gives way to Luis Ravello.
Probably the biggest one that I took part in was, do you remember, it just seemed like one year it just happened. Everybody was wearing Nike Elite socks.
Oh, 100%. Ravello pops this one out of play down the third base line. It's 0-1. They would do that with Sperry's at my high school.
Yeah,
it was a big
the same.
look.
It was the same at mine. So, yeah, I have probably a handful of pairs of Nike Elite socks back at my parents' house.
0-1 misses away. Mine was, and I can't remember the song, but it was the one where everyone would stay still.
It was the Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake.
Yes.
Yeah, even the Miami Heat.
Yep, they did it in their locker room.
The iconic one. Now the 1-1. Blowing inside towards the back foot of Ravello. So 2 balls and a strike, but it just seemed like every, our school was big for the student section, like a lot of schools around the nation, and it seemed like every school would put one on, kind of. 2-1 is a slow tapper down the third base side. It stays fair. Levens is trying to let it go foul. It's still rolling, and he finally picks it up in foul territory as it got 3/4 to the third base bag.
That's just a great way to evaluate that play by Tatum Levens. It curves back in. He watched it. He picked it up, was not able to, well, he knew he wasn't going able to make the throw to first, so he just thought, okay, well, let's just wait and see if it goes back foul, and it did, and now you just get to reset in a 2-2 count.
Yeah, it hit the lip of the grass, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is going to stay fair, but then smart job by Tatum Levens realizing that even if he picked it up halfway, he wasn't going to make the play at first. Ravello calls time. He wants a breather before going back 2-2, and actually, it seems like he has a broken bat.
Yeah, he's asking for a new bat. Oh, by the way, he just threw that one to the steps of the dugout. I'd imagine that it's toast. Now, you brought up the trends thing, though, and one that I think was, I'll say dumb, was planking. I know we kind of talked about it in the break, but people would just get up on certain surfaces and just act like a plank. It was very weird.
2-2, cut on a miss for strike 3. Jackson Baumeister with a couple of Atmos Synergy bringing the gas strikeouts towards the end of that top of the fifth. He is rolling. Halfway through already at Bowling Green Ballpark, and the Hot Rods have a 3-0 lead over the Drive. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing's stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Johnny Cuevas, and it's time for Hot Rods Baseball on Hot Rods Baseball Network.
We are already halfway through at Bowling Green Ballpark, and it's been a fun night for the Hot Rods fans. A 3-0 lead for the Bowling Green Hot Rods over the Greenville Drive from Bowling Green Ballpark. Adam Smith returns to the rubber out of the bullpen for Greenville, and he's going up against 2, 3, and 4. Two up in the Hot Rods offense, starting with Homer Bush Jr., the speedy outfielder who climbs into the very back of the right-handed batter's box. Matthew Hargrove here, joined alongside the voice of the Hot Rods, Riley Edwards. It has been a great series. Bowling Green has played really well and already going for the series victory with a win tonight. Smith working out of the stretch, he fires, and Bush Jr. takes a fastball that connects with the high and outside corner for strike one. But really the storyline of tonight has been Jackson Ballmeister, the starter for Bowling Green. And over the last two outings, he has been elite. Smith goes to the plate. Bush Jr. rips it on a line down the left field line for a base hit. The left fielder Turner scoops it up, throws it quickly back into the infield to keep Bush Jr. at first. And there you go, another back-to-back innings now with the leadoff man on for the Bowling Green offense.
Well, it's just been the ability to string together hits, and we really only saw it in the one inning for the Hot Rods in that fourth. So can you have it carry over here into the fifth? That's the biggest question. And Homer Bush Jr. is certainly trying to.
Time is called by the home plate umpire, Evan Anderson, as an intruder is now in left center field. Some kids were playing backyard baseball, and looks like a foul ball got into the warning track. So thankful that the center fielder Taylor was able to get there quickly, throws it back to the kids, and we can continue play. Pickoff throw to first, and it sails down the right field line. Another error on the pitcher, Smith. Bush is racing around second. Here comes the throw to third. It's late, and Bush Jr. slides underneath the tag. The second throwing error on a pickoff for Adam Smith. Back-to-back innings, he's done that.
Well, this time it cost him two bases, too. So instead of even just having the runner at second on the error, you've got the runner at third. And now Bowling Green really doesn't even have to record another hit to add to their total.
An even better opportunity to increase their lead, like you said. 3-0 over the Drive here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Infield comes in on the grass, and Cooper Kinney is now up. Digs into the left side. There's a black Evo shield protecting his right ankle. First pitch out of the stretch by Smith. A fastball that just misses off the black. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, you were talking about the intruder, the baseball that got on the field and center. I was a little scared that our buddy, the praying mantis, got all the way out to center.
That scared me as well. The 1-0. Kenny with a soft ground ball to the third baseman Montero. He scoops it up, fires to first, picked out of the dirt by the first baseman Gonzalez for the first out. What a play by the first baseman Gonzalez, and there was a little bit of a bobble by the third baseman Montero, able to stay with it. And also with that out, they keep Bush Jr. at third. That's also, too, another bang-bang play that we have seen at first. There has been a plethora of them in this matchup. That brings up Colton Ledbetter, another lefty hitter for Bowling Green. Holds a natural grain bat high above his navy blue helmet, and the first offering to him, he fouls it right off his front knee. Ouch. And he is hobbling just outside of the left-handed batter's box. Ruben Santiago, the athletic trainer, exits the third base dugout, and Rafi Valenzuela, the third base coach and manager for Bowling Green, he heads towards where Ledbetter is. You could even hear it in the crowd mic and hear it all over the stadium when it made contact with his right knee. There was a loud pop, and it's going to take a little bit for him to shake this one off.
Well, we saw him do the same thing in Hickory last week, too. And, you know, those things heal, but they don't usually heal that fast. And you have to wonder if he got himself in kind of the same location. He's going to take his time, and he's going to try to walk this off and stay in. The same thing we saw him do last week.
That's right. That was a really bad injury as well. I shouldn't say injury because it's not like he missed time for it or ever had to go on the injury list, but definitely something that hurts. So he's trying to walk it off down the first base line, still being attended to by Valenzuela and Santiago. So far tonight, Ledbetter has hit the ball pretty solid. Even though he got out in the first inning, he flew out to deep center field and then singled back in the fourth inning and started that 3-run bottom of the fourth with a single, a stolen base, and then he came around to score on a base hit from Matt Horvath. So Ledbetter shakes it off. Really good to see. He's going to be very crucial if the Hot Rods get into the postseason, and then obviously you're going to need his bats and need him healthy if you're going to make a run for the championship. So it's no balls and a strike, 1 out, runner at third, and a 3-0 lead for Bowling Green over Greenville. Here in the bottom of the fifth, infield still playing in. Smith has a new baseball. He fires to the plate, and Ledbetter takes a really nice changeup in the low and outside corner, 85 on the radar gun. So now Ledbetter is quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. Ledbetter, you can tell he's still trying to shake it off. He still has a little bit of a gingerly step. He's kind of limping. He climbs back into the box. 0-2. He lifts his elbows high to avoid a slider that Smith pulled inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ledbetter has had a really good year for Bowling Green. 273 batting average, 15 homers, and 63 RBIs. 1-2 on the way. Inside, ball 2. And he actually had to bounce out of the left-handed batter's box to avoid that one hitting him on his front shoulder. Going to work right now against Adam Smith. Smith leans in for the side. He has it. Brings a tan glove in front of his belt buckle. Set on the third base side. He fires to the plate. Ripped down the right field line. This scores Bush Jr. from third. Ledbetter is hobbling down the first base line. So the right fielder, Earhart, is able to field it and softly get it back into the infield to keep Ledbetter at first. RBI single for Colton Ledbetter, and now a multi-hit game, but that was not good. Ledbetter was, like I said, hobbling, trying to jog or sprint down the first base bag.
I mean, he's done a fantastic job in this game. Already a pair of singles. That time scores a run. And, you know, yes, you're in the playoff hunt. You're trying to close things out here this week. But also, what's the limit here for, you know, having a guy like him out there that's obviously a bit limp? I guarantee you he is giving a spiel to try to stay into this game. But I don't think Rafi's going to let him.
Yeah, they're not. And the thing about it, if Ruben and Rafi has to go out there for a second time, and like you mentioned, 4.5 game lead, Ledbetter has been playing well. You're already up now 4-0 after the RBI single. There really is no need to push the issue with Ledbetter. So it's Ryan Spikes who comes in for him. He takes a practice jog down the right field line to warm up. We're going to have to wait and see where Ryan Spikes plays. Now, Spikes has played left field before if that's where they decide to put him. We continue play, and here's Matt Horvath. First pitch is a tapper foul towards the end of the third base dugout. It's 0-1. Horvath is responsible for the first run of this game for Bowling Green. An RBI single back in the bottom of the fourth inning. 0-1. Low and away. A slider that time for the right-hander Smith evens the count, and a ball and a strike. No wind tonight on this Friday. A really nice crowd. A lot of people hanging out by the berm down the right field line, playing football, playing baseball. Now the 1-1 out of the stretch, and Horvath pokes it to shallow right field. Charging in is Earhart. He makes the catch. Back throw to first, but Spikes is able to get back in sliding safely. That was a really close play. You have to wonder if Spikes didn't see the ball well off the bat of Horvath, because Earhart was in shallow right field when he caught that baseball, and Spikes was still about halfway between first and second.
Yeah, he got way out there, just trying to be aggressive if that ball dropped to make sure he can get to second. But Ryan Gonzalez also didn't necessarily stay on the bag for that play.
Noah Myers laces this one to left field. It drops in for a base hit. Ryan Spikes takes the turnaround second. He'll stop there. And now a multi-hit game for Noah Myers, both of them going down that left field line.
I mean, Noah Myers has been fantastic here tonight. He's not 2 for 2 because that bunt goes down as a sac bunt way back in the second inning. Then he doubles home a run in the fourth, and then he singles here in the fifth, put runners on first and second. Gives Lemons a chance with 2 outs.
It's hard to not fall in love with his swing, especially from the left side, because he loves to go to left field. Tatum Levens cuts and misses for strike one.
Now, everybody on the field there, even though Levens just swung, I believe trying to ask, hey, isn't that a balk? I didn't see the exact movement, but, I mean, Levens was kind of swinging and pointing at the same time.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop as well. 0-1, down in the dirt, evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Well, with how quick it was, you have to wonder if maybe they were trying to say that Smith didn't come all the way set before coming to home plate. It was a pretty quick point from everybody on base.
1-1 all the way, and it goes right underneath the front elbow of Levens. And now the catcher's ahead at 2 balls and a strike. Levens has an orange arm sleeve underneath his navy blue jersey. Holds a gray bat out in front of his chest with his all-white batting gloves. 2-1. Belted to deep right field. My goodness, this is off the scoreboard. Tatum Levens with a monster 3-run homer. And it's all hot rods tonight.
He knew it. He admired it, and he gets to touch a ball. Started out with a frustrating pitch, which he didn't think was going to happen. Watches a few inside, and then just absolutely gets a hold. Goes to the top right corner of the scoreboard in right fields. And, man, is Bowling Green feeling it. 3 in the fourth, now 4 here in the fifth. And you're looking at a game where you could very well see Bowling Green secure this series.
7-0 now, Hot Rods over the drive. Cameron James taps this one foul towards the Hot Rods on deck circle down the third base line. And it's 0-1. Hot Rods fans have to be so giddy right now watching this game, up 4.5 on the drive, and now a better chance as a tapper goes right to the second baseman. Fires to first, and a nice play to get the final out by Liendo of the bottom of the fifth. But Hot Rods fans have to be so giddy right now the way that this series has gone. 3-run homer from Tatum Levens highlights a 4-run bottom of the fifth. We head to the top of the sixth, 7-0 Hot Rods over the drive. We'll be right back. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now. Listen up, baseball fans. The Valley Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Valley Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is Jeff Hakinson. Let's get you back to the action on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
What a couple of last innings for the Bowling Green offense. 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, 4 in the bottom of the 5th, and they have a 7-0 lead over the Greenville Drive as we move to the top of the 6th inning from Bowling Green Ballpark. Thanks for joining us to kickstart your weekend. It has been an amazing series right now for this Bowling Green club. Already with the win tonight, they will win this series against Greenville. Abram Liendo is leading off from the left side. First pitch from Baumeister. Rips the cords down the middle of the plate for strike 1. 94 on the radar gun that time from Jackson Baumeister. And now back-to-back weeks where if he can get through this inning, the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Liendo. It's 0-2. But if Baumeister can get through this 6th inning, that would be back-to-back weeks of 6 scoreless in a starting role. He might be pitching the best that he's ever done throughout his professional career. Baumeister sets up on the third base side of the rubber. 1 pitch away from a punch out. Here's the 0-2. There it is, strike 3. On the inside corner, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Another Atmos Energy bringing the gas strikeout for Jackson Baumeister. And now he has, going back to the top of the 5th inning, 3 straight punch-outs. Here's now the 9-0 hitter, Juan Montero. We do have to give you a Houchins Insurance Group scoreboard update, a look around the South Atlantic League. The heave to Montero. He skies it foul just over the first base dugout. It's 0-1. So in the SAL right now, bottom of the 8th, a 2-0 lead over the Wilmington Blue Rocks over the Aberdeen Ironbirds. Top of the 10th, so free baseball, 0-1. Cut on a miss for strike 2. Free baseball between the Taurus and the Crawdads, 3-3 in the top of the 10th. Top of the 8th, the Grasshoppers up 2-1 on the Rome Emperors. 6-2 advantage for the Cyclones over the Dash in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 on the way from Baumeister. Another strikeout looking. This one on the outer part of the strike zone. 4 straight punch-outs now for the right-hander. Nine strikeouts for Jackson Baumeister this evening. And this has been a major issue for the Drive offense the entire week and really over the last 3 nights, including tonight. Zach Earhart is up. Watches a fastball go the same eye level as him. And misses 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the 7th, 6-1 Blue Claws over the Renegades. And then your final score right here, 7-0 Hot Rods over the Drive in the top of the 6th. 1-0. Earhart laces it foul into the backstop netting. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Hot Rods pitching staff punched out 17 of the Drive batters a couple of nights ago. That was a season high. Yesterday, they were 1 shy of that with 16. And already 9 tonight from Baumeister. 1-1. A deep drive to right center field. Bush Jr.'s on the edge of the warning track. He slows down and hauls it in on top of his orange brim for out number 3. Jackson Baumeister superb this evening. Back-to-back starts, 6 scoreless. We head to the home half, 7-0 still, Hot Rods over the Drive. From Bowling Green Ballpark, this is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Houchins Insurance Group in Bowling Green if auto owners make sense for you.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling 'cause you know that you're in luck. When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
This is Jake Christensen, and you're listening to the Future Stars of the Tampa Bay Rays on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
What a Friday night right now for the Bowling Green Hot Rods. 7-0 lead over the Greenville Drive as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning from Bowling Green Ballpark. Adam Smith is still on the mound for Greenville, but this offense has been electric, especially during these middle innings. 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, 4 in the bottom of the 5th. A lot of thanks to a 3-run blast by Tatum Levens, but 7-0 as Hunter Haas, the 9-hole hitter, steps into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the first pitch to him. Haas swings and misses right under a 92-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's no balls and a strike. But as good as the offense has been this evening, really the headline for tonight's game has been Jackson Baumeister, who it looks like that's about it for him tonight. 0-1, and Haas takes a slider that didn't spin enough, stayed inside, and evens the at-bat at a ball and a strike. Baumeister might have had the best outing of his professional career. 9 strikeouts over 6 scoreless innings. 1-1 is pelted foul just over the first base dugout. And now Haas is down in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over the last 12 innings for Baumeister, he is yet to let up a run. He has been elite. Now the 1-2, inside and high, and Hunter Haas had to do a 180 to spin away from an 84-mile-per-hour breaking pitch, so it's 2-2. Haas tonight is 0 for 1, grounded out back in the 3rd and walked back in the 4th. 2-2 on the way. Haas swings, ropes it down the left field line. It stays fair and rolls up into the corner. Haas is chugging around first, heading for second. Here comes the throw and a leadoff stand-up double for Hunter Haas. That is now at least a hit in 7 of Haas's last 10 games. A lot of production towards the bottom of the lineup is why Bowling Green is playing some of their best baseball here towards the month of August, or the last couple of weeks of August. So after the double, Hot Rods turn over to the top of the lineup. Here's the shortstop, Gregory Barrios, just 20 years old, smooth as silk at the shortstop position, and he digs into the very back chalk line of the right-handed batter's box. 7-0 lead for the Hot Rods over the Drive. A cool, calm Friday evening in the downtown Bowling Green, Kentucky area. Barrios circles a natural grain bat over his right shoulder and takes a fastball low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Barrios is still looking for his first base hit of the night. He's 0 for 2 or 0 for 3, reached on an error back in the first, but did have a steal. Smith looks back at second. Here's the 1-0. Barrios takes another one that misses low and away. This time an 88-mile-per-hour slider. So really good at bat right now from Barrios. It's 2 balls and no strikes. It's hard to think about how Barrios last night had his first multi-RBI game in a Hot Rods uni. 2-0 is a high bouncer right to the shortstop Ravello. He snags it at the chest. Back-footed throw is into the chest of the first baseman Gonzalez. There's out number 1. It also keeps Haas at second base. And now here's Homer Bush Jr., who climbs into the right-handed batter's box. Bowling Green still up 7-0 on Greenville here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And because Bush Jr. is batting from the right side, the infield shifts to the left. The second baseman, Liendo, pretty much playing up the middle. Smith fires, and Bush Jr. pounds it foul into the backstop netting. No balls and a strike. Bush Jr. had a single and later scored in the 5th inning, and he was able to make it to 3rd after he singled because of a throwing error. But the pitcher, Smith, who, believe it or not, he already has 2 throwing errors in this game. 0-1 just misses the low and inside corner. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bush Jr. wears an all-gray sleeve underneath his navy blue Hot Rods uniform. Holds an all-black bat above his navy blue helmet. Smith goes to the plate. Bush Jr. rips it. Played on a hop by the second baseman, Liendo. Throws to first in time. It does do the job and moves Haas over to third, so he's now just 90 feet away from scoring. But there's now 2 outs for Cooper Kinney. Kinney takes a practice cut just outside of the left-handed batter's box. You get the feeling he is due. He just returned from the injured list a couple of days ago, but he is due to finally have that big hit coming off the IL, which we have seen plenty of times throughout this year. First pitch to him, he pops it up foul just over the Hot Rods dugout down the third base line. It's 0-1. It has been all Bowling Green this evening, 7-0 over Greenville here in the bottom of the 6th, out hitting the drive 9-1. Now the 0-1. Kinney takes one towards his back foot, and it evens the at-bat at a ball and a strike. Still no winds here on this Friday night, but a really large crowd. One of the best atmospheres of the season as the year is coming to an end. 1-1. Kinney blasts this one towards the third base dugout. Moving over is the third baseman Montero. And it lands right on top of the press box. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You probably could hear that in the crowd, Mike. And like we said in Hickory, North Carolina, thankful for roofs, or else I would probably have to go to the hospital tonight. So 1-2 for Kinney. He is 0 for 3 this evening. Has made contact every single time that he's made it into the batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith has a new baseball and he throws. High fly ball to shallow right field. Ranging back is the second baseman, Liendo. He's called off by the right fielder, Earhart, who snags it on his left shoulder. And there's the third and final out of the bottom of the 6th. Nothing doing for Bowling Green. They still have a 7-0 lead over Greenville as we head to the 7th from Bowling Green Ballpark. This is Hot Rods Baseball on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing's stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
This is Nate Daly. Let's send it back to Riley Edwards on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Well, Jackson Baumeister, I apologize, but it's a little too loud there. I scared the heck out of Riley. Sorry if you were listening and I scared you too. Baumeister's on the mound for the rest of the play-by-play. Here's Riley.
Thank you very much, Matthew. I wasn't trying to be scared there. That just, you came in hot.
No, it looks like it looked like you were watching a horror movie and a jump scare a little bit. So we're good now.
Well, thank you, Matthew. First pitch from Jackson Baumeister lands on the inside corner to Nelly Taylor. It's no balls and 1 strike. Well, Baumeister, he has been great here in this game as the 0-1 pitch misses low and inside. He's got a career-high 9 strikeouts. We saw him tie his strikeout mark in Hickory last week. There's a 1-1. Wave and a miss. And it's 1-2, and that went along with also stretching his career high in terms of innings, too, and it seems like he's trying to push that number again here tonight. Baumeister's delivery is a breaking ball in the dirt. Check swing down the first base line. They say no, he did not. So it's 2-2 on Nelly Taylor. But for Baumeister, his last time around in Hickory went a career-high 6 innings, tied that career-high mark with 8 strikeouts, scoreless baseball, 2 hits, 1 walk. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. It is double digits. 10 strikeouts for Jackson Baumeister tonight, and that career number just continues to climb. He has logged at least one in every single inning tonight that he's been on the mound. And there's one away here in the 7th, so officially that is also a new career high mark with 6 1/3 innings pitched. First pitch is a pop-up down the right field line. Coming in is Myers. He's underneath it and makes a catch for out number 2. And the big deal here is that pop-out on the first pitch by Ronald Rosario was just his 62nd pitch of the night. And he is going out trying to finish 7 innings.
I mean, it is very rare for us to see somebody go 8 innings, and it's probably just me being optimistic, but, I mean, given the pitch count, if he can get a quick out here, why not?
First pitch misses high and into Gonzalez as he bends out of the way. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Lands on the outside corner, makes it 1-1. The longest we've seen a Bowling Green pitcher go this season is 7 innings. Seen it happen 7 times. Here's a 1-1. This is fouled off. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And as you'd imagine, it's probably the names that you're thinking of. Trevor Martin did it 3 times. Duncan Davitt did it twice. Yaniel Curet and Owen Wild both did it once.
Now, did you say that this is just this year, or is that franchise?
Oh, no, that's just this season.
I was about to say, the rotation this year is really...
Here's the 1-2. This is high and away with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 2-2. There is a right-hander warming in the bullpen for Bowling Green, and it would not surprise me if 7 innings was it for Jackson Baumeister, just in the opportunity to get some of those bullpen guys in this game. Here's a 2-2. Chopping ball down the third base line, but it ends foul. Nice snag by the manager and third base coach for Greenville, Iggy Suarez, and it stays 2-2. I believe it is the newest addition to this pitching staff, the right-hander Seth Chavez, who is warming up down the left field line. Here comes the 2-2 again. Got him swinging. Jackson Baumeister with 11 punch-outs tonight. Sets his career high. It's the second time a starter's had 11 strikeouts here in just this series against Greenville. And he keeps the Greenville Drive offense scoreless through 7. We take a break. We stretch it out. We come back with a 7-0 lead for you right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing's stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number 1. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post-Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Rafael Valenzuela, and you're listening to the Hot Rods on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
It is still 7-0 Bowling Green here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ryan Spikes is stepping up to the plate, getting his first at-bat of the night, hitting in the spot that was originally Colton Ledbetter in this game. He Ended up getting 2 hits, but on that second at-bat, or the actual third at-bat of the night for Ledbetter, it's the first pitch to Spikes, misses above the zone. It's 1 ball and no strikes, fouled the ball off his front leg. Ended up getting a single after that, but had to come out of the game after running down to first base. So we hope the best for Ledbetter moving forward, but for now, Spikes in the box as the next pitch is fouled off to the backstop. It's 1-1. So Smith continues to work. Here's his 1-1. This is way above the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Spikes hits this one hard, and it bounces off the chest of Gonzalez at first. He sprints to the bag, and he wins the race. It's 3 unassisted to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. So puts the first down on the board, and it brings up Mac Horvath. Horvath already a multi-hit game. 2 for 3 tonight, a pair of singles, also scored a run. Here's the first pitch. Horvath taps this one out to second base. Leendo charges, fields on the run, and the throw to first is just in time to get Horvath. I think Leendo was playing that one a bit too relaxed at the beginning, but made it work at the end of the day. And Smith logs the first 2 outs here in the home half of the 7th.
You know something about these two teams as well that it just seems like a little bit different, but early on in the game, especially for the drive, but it seems like the swings are a little bit more aggressive. We've seen more swings early on in the at-bats. Now, that might have to do on the Greenville side of knowing who they're facing in Ballmeister.
First pitch to Myers lands on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
You just already know you're going to get a ton of strikes from Jackson Ballmeister, and that's what he's been able to do, but, you know, they just haven't been able to make really any contact against him.
As we take a look at the Reed Law Group hit counter, 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Bowling Green. No runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. As this pitch is launched into left center field, sprinting back towards the track, Turner will lean back and make the catch for out number 3. Long ride right there for Noah Myers, but it goes down as a final out of the inning, and both teams go scoreless in the 7th. We move onward to the 8th, 7-0 Hot Rods lead right here in the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
Watch me now. Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans. Play daily games and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
It's the top of the 8th inning, and there is a new pitcher on the mound for the Bowling Green Hot Rods, who will be the newest addition to this team, the right-hander Seth Chavez, who is warming up. And, of course, first time we're having to say this tonight, but this call to the bullpen is brought to you by the Mint Gaming Hall. Bowling Green, a proud partner of the Hot Rods. Located just minutes away near the mall, the Mint features an elevated gaming experience, entertainment, the post-time race and sports lounge, and more. Check out themintgaming.com for more details. Chavez just got the call up this week from Single A Charleston and is now up here in High A Bowling Green and is joining this team at just the right time.
Yeah, he really is and has been good during his time with the River Dogs during the month of August, a 3.86 ERA, and then he had 4 outings during the month of July, had a 0 ERA, so he's been pitching really well.
This pitch is popped up off the bat of Will Turner, foul territory on the third base side. Horvath fields it easily for out number 1. Well, that is not much of a difference from what we saw from Jackson Baumeister tonight. Yes, he had 11 strikeouts, but he had a ton of quick at-bats, which is why 7 innings looked so easy for the right-hander, who officially went 7 innings with 11 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit. And that was it. I mean, fantastic outing from Jackson Baumeister.
It really was one of the best.
First pitch to Aguado. Hits the inside corner at 92. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Really was one of the best that we have seen for the entire season.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Aguado takes it low and away. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a cutter, and a changeup for Chavez. So he's set on the mound. The 1-1. Aguado lines this to left center field. Spikes moving back. This is caught just in front of the warning track. Nearly got over his head, but Spikes gets his first action in left field since entering from Colton Ledbetter. And there's his second out of the inning. Well, it has been a whirlwind of a week, not just for Seth Chavez, but also his family. They're in town this week, but they had originally made their travel plans to go to Charleston. Then they had to... So first pitch is fouled off by Luis Ravello. Then they had to, I'm sure, get back with their travel agent, or I guess themselves. They probably plan enough travel to do it themselves at this point with a child in minor league baseball, but switch up the travel plans. Came here to Bowling Green Ballpark. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is low and in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, to an extent, if families have a child in the minor leagues, they're on the travel schedule. They're on the grind with them a little bit.
The 1-1. This is well above the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs. Base is empty. Top 8. 7-0. Bowling Green leads. Here's the 2-1 pitch. On the ground towards second base. Chest high hop for Haas. And the throw to first is in time. It is a 1-2-3 inning in the high A debut of Seth Chavez. He works perfectly through the inning and gives his team one more chance to add insurance before they try to close it out in the 9th when we come back here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There is a 7-0 lead for Bowling Green here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As we look out to the mound, there is a new pitcher on the mound. That's what I was getting ready to say, but then I double-guessed myself, and then it just sounded weird. But it is Zach Fogel, who's on the bunt for the Greenville Drive here in the home half of the 8th inning. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove with you, and, of course, all opposing pitching changes brought to you by Scott Waste Services. Do you need to take out your trash? Call Scott Waste Services for all your commercial and residential waste service needs. Scott Waste Services, keeping Bowling Green clean. First pitch to Tatum Levins is fouled off behind home plate. Made contact on it on the way through, and then also made contact with the backswing and ended up chopping it down the third base line. He had a confused look on his face. He had no clue how that ball got down the third base line. Don't see that often. The 0-1. This is low and in. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's one of those things where you say, Could do it again if he tried. The 1-1. This is a roller towards second base. Picked up by Liendo. A routine throw to first is in time for Gonzalez at first for out number 1. One away. Base is empty for the first baseman, Cameron James. He's one of just 2 hitters in the lineup tonight. Actually, one of 3 hitters tonight that have yet to record a hit. Gregory Barrios, Cooper Kinney, and Cameron James, the 3 that haven't gotten in on the hit party yet. Here's the 1-0. Wave and a miss. That was a great bender by the lefty Fogel, and it's 1-1.
Which it's really weird for Cameron James because he comes into tonight with a 5-game hitting streak, so that is now on the line.
The 1-1. This is fouled off to the backstop. It's 1-2. Sure, he's not thinking about it, though. He's been playing some great baseball here at the end of August. Seen him a lot at first base, some more games at catcher since he returned from the injured list. The 1-2. This is low and inside. Bounces away from Rosario, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he really has been, in my mind, a very underrated player during this month because he's been the backup catcher to Tatum Levins, but then there's been a few opportunities to open up at first base.
2-2. This is chopped foul again behind the dish.
But it's not really been like he's been, you can guarantee him to be starting every single day or play 5 out of the 6 days in a series.
2-2. This is popped up foul on the first base side and gets out of play. Stays 2-2. Yeah, lately it's been great. Left the park yesterday in a game where Bowling Green needed all those runs to have the 6-4 win. 2-2 again. Hard liner. This one gets through into left field. So that hitting streak stays alive. 6 games for Cameron James. And he's a 1-out base runner for Bowling Green here in the home half of the 8th.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just having those singles, whether it's to center and left. It's not like it's not like during this hitting streak he's hitting like 400 or anything, but it's just the at-bats that towards this bottom of the lineup, it brings out that depth that maybe Bowling Green in the second half with all the losses to the guys at AA, it can be so huge and grab that depth that they've had for the majority of the season.
First pitch to Hunter Haas misses below the zone. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
But I tell you what, if James and Haas are batting 8th and 9th and they continue to swing the bat like they are for the rest of the season, that is going to be perfect for going into the playoffs possibly.
Here comes a 1-0 pitch. This is lifted high in the air to right field. Sprinting over is Earhart. He's underneath it and makes a catch. James returns to first base, and there's the second out of the inning. So that brings up Gregory Barrios, who did reach in the first inning on an error by the shortstop Ravello. Since then, a ground out, a strikeout, and a ground out. First pitch to Barrios, and instead a pickoff move towards first. I would have been caught at the first base bag on that play.
You would have been in a pickle right now.
I will say I have the disadvantage here. I am looking at his back, not his,
sure,
his front, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Barrios takes it high and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Stop that. Get your attitude.
No, you're right. We are to his back. So, thank you.
A few more weeks left of this sarcasm. The 1-0. High chopping ball towards second base. A beautiful bounce for Liendo, who flips to Ravello at second base the short way for out number 3. That'll end the 8th inning, but Bowling Green has a chance to lock up a series victory when we come back at the top of the 9th. 7-0 Bowling Green leads here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
From high school heroes to college legends, First Bank is proud to champion our local athletes. But we don't just back you on the field or on the court. We team up with customers to score the wins that grow communities. That takes better products, more accessible, flexible bankers, and the quick answers and solutions you can run with. Don't just make the switch. Make the team that champions community. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Watch me now.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Bally Live app is your home for everything MILB. Download the app today and watch every single MILB game absolutely free. Chat and interact with other fans, play daily games, and win prizes. Plus, you'll get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Bally Live app today.
Seth Chavez stays on the mound for the Bowling Green Hot Rods here in the top of the ninth inning. They're attempting to close out a 7-0 victory here tonight, but also take a 4-game lead in the series, which means a series victory for Bowling Green, which has been a common thing at home. Riley Edwards, Matthew Hargrove with you on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
It has been an unbelievable week for the Bowling Green Hot Rods, and tonight's game, it looked like it was going to be a really tough win. Any win is tough, but it looked like it was going to be a real good fight because we went into that top of the fourth, and Dalton Rogers was pitching exceptionally well. Drive were trying to battle against Jackson Ballmeister. It just looked like it was going to come down to the end, but it seems like there's been a lot of games where at the start you think it's going to be really close throughout the entire game, and then it just gets away from Greenville.
You want to hear something absolutely insane that might go on tonight?
What's that?
If Seth Chavez can complete this inning in under 24 pitches, Bowling Green Hot Rods pitchers will have thrown less than 100 pitches tonight.
Can't say that happens a ton.
Efficiency at its finest. He went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the eighth, under 8 pitches. First offering to Abram Liendo. Misses inside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, we want to thank Mickey, just to our
Yes.
right, for letting us know an awesome stat on Jackson Ballmeister.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, and Mickey also gave us this stat, too. So double thank you, Mickey Strader. But yeah, Jackson Ballmeister only had 2 batters all night long that reached 2 balls or more in a count. I mean, again, just everything was in the zone tonight for Ballmeister. The 2-0. This is lifted high in the air to shallow left field. Horvath is in the outfield grass and makes a catch for out number 1. That is unheard of in today's game, to have a pitch count that low. And to think that, if it wasn't for the sake of other guys getting in here and getting work in this series, that Ballmeister might have been able to go all night long. 1 out, bases empty, top 9, and here's Juan Montero, the third baseman. First pitch, check to swing, and the fastball misses up high at 93. Upside, huh?
Upside down fastball, new pitch.
Here comes the 1-0 offering. This is foul, tipped into the mid of Lemons behind the dish, and it's 1-1. Montero in this game is 0 for 2. Ground out to shortstop and a strikeout looking against Ballmeister in the 6th. The pitch just misses outside at 81, and it's 2-1 now to Montero. Two-one offering. This is fouled off to the backstop, evens it up 2-2. Two-two, got him swinging at the breaking ball. Picked up in the dirt by Lemons. A throw down to first. Right to the chest of Cameron James for out number 2. And a strikeout number 12 in this game for the Bowling Green pitching staff, in the first in the Hot Rods career for Seth Chavez. pitch. This is outside to Zach Earhart, the leadoff hitter, and the only thing coming between Bowling Green and a series victory here tonight. This next pitch is fouled off to the backstop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, it might be just too late for Greenville because they're going to fall 5.5 games back of the Bowling Green Hot Rods. But the strikeouts is what did it for them in this series. 17 a couple of nights ago, 16 yesterday, and now 12 tonight. It has been the main issue for this offense.
The 1-1. This is just below the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one, wave and a miss, evens it up 2-2. Two. Just misses outside, and it's a full count to Zach Earhart. Three-two. Popped up first base side and will fade out of play. So it stays full. Three-two. Got him looking on the inside corner. It is another shutout for the Bowling Green Hot Rods this season. They have been dominant here at home in this big series between these two teams. A series victory. It also gives Bowling Green a 5.5 game lead here in the South Division. And it's their 11th shutout of this season. What a game for Bowling Green. A dominant 7-0 victory. As they go through a very well-deserved handshake line on top of the mound. Series already locked up. They're hunting for more to try to secure their playoff hopes the rest of this week and take it into next week in Greensboro. But that'll do it for the game portion of this broadcast. We'll take a break, and we'll come back on the other side with Matthew Hargrove on the postgame show right here on the Hot Rods Baseball Network.
At First Bank, we're proud of more than 100 years of financial strength. But on game days, our numbers look even better when they're lighting up a scoreboard printed on a jersey or in bold type on the sports page. We know there's strength in numbers, and nothing stronger than the bonds formed around local teams. And the return on this investment? Neighbors coming together again year after year. Bank where community is number one. First Bank. Bank local. Get more team spirit. Member FDIC.
Hey, Hot Rods fans! The Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green is a proud partner of your Bowling Green Hot Rods, teaming together to deliver big hits and big fun. Located near the mall, Big Fun at the Mint is close by. Plan your next outing at the new Topgolf Swing Suite inside the Post Time Race and Sports Lounge. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome into the Bowling Green Hot Rods postgame show on the Hot Rods Baseball Network. Your final score from Bowling Green Ballpark, 7-0, the Hot Rods over the Greenville Drive. And you can pretty much taste the postseason. 5.5 games up on Greenville with just 9 games remaining. And it seems like it's going to have